What's up, everybody? We are now working up. We're live. This is the Brotherhood Connect, episode 1, and we are very excited to be up and rolling and talking with you all. We have some very special guests on this first episode, but before we get started, the Brotherhood Connect started a while back. We started on Instagram Live. It was fun. It was awesome connecting with you guys, connecting with our former players. But this is a very special time and a very special, need for this Brother Connect to be, resurfacing. So during this time, first things first, Brotherhood has a couple of public service announcements. First one's being, please practice social distancing. Stay home. By all means, stay home. It's what the world needs. It's what we need in order to keep everyone safe. As we know, it's been a very difficult time in the world, health wise. There was a lot of change sports wise for us, and it's just been a lot going on. So just do what we need to do to get past this and get through this with as many healthy people as we can. All right. And also, just want to give a very, very, very special thank you to all the healthcare professionals out there handling this on the front line. We appreciate you. All of you out there, all over the world, are the true MVPs in this. So we know you have families at home, and you're going out and sacrificing for all of us. So thank you for all that you do. It's greatly appreciated. Um, let's get through this together, y'all. And during this time with the Brotherhood episode back, we get to talk and chat with you guys. At the end of this episode, we'll open up for questions. So if you have questions, have them ready at the end of the episode. But let's get started with our special guests today. We are bringing on our assistant coaches, Coach Nate James, Coach John Shire, and Coach Chris Carrowell. Let's add them to the chat. What's up, guys?
What's up, no?
I can hear everybody, man. It's good. It's good to see y'all. Haven't seen y'all in a while. I've talked to y'all, but I haven't seen y'all in a while. But let's get going, man. Obviously, a lot's been going on. Obviously, all of us are at home practicing our social distancing with our families. But whichever one of you want to start, what was the end of the season like, man? I mean, obviously, I was there, but just from y'all's take, as we've had time to reflect. Talk about the end of the season, how it just came to an end for all of us.
Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it was just, surreal, man. We didn't know really what was going on, the magnitude of everything. It just kind of it exploded. And, one day, you're getting ready, for the ACC tournament and our first opponent. And then, you hear about guys catching the virus, guys in the NBA who are contracting this virus. And then it becomes really real for us and it becomes even more scary. So, once the conference, kind of tournament was called, then your hopes are okay. We can just get through this phase, get through it, and get ready maybe for March Madness, NCAA's. Then next thing you know, that's over as well, and it continues to escalate. So it was just a surreal, man. You had this void, this emptiness, and it just came out of nowhere, and it was just so sudden and then abrupt. It really knocked us all back and just kind of took the air out of us.
Yeah. John, what was it like for the guys, for our team? Like, what did you witness from our team?
Well, I just think that they were amazing at communicating how they felt. It all happened so fast. I remember, on that Wednesday, the day before we played in the ACC tournament, we met with them as a team and coach talked to the guys. Basically, just look, I don't know what's going to happen. Let's continue to talk about it and stay in touch. And then, literally later that night, I think when the news broke with Rudy Gobert, we didn't know it at the time. But they had met, and they had known. They had met, and they had talked about how that affected them, and obviously it scared them. I think they weren't alone in that, and so I think that changed a lot of things, like Nate said, and our guys were incredibly mature through the whole thing. Unfortunately, canceling the tournament and canceling the season, was really unfortunate.
Yeah. Sewell, what about you? Can you hear me, Sewell?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you
Yeah.
hear me?
Yeah. What was the ending like to you? I mean, all of us have never experienced anything like this. What was it like for you?
Yeah, it was heartbreaking. All of us really enjoyed this team. We really enjoyed this team. It was a good group to coach from day one. They were hard workers, and we felt like although we were at the end of the season, we felt like we had a new team.
Yeah.
You know, we felt like we added a new player and adding J-Rob, and I think guys were excited about that. And I thought we had a team that going into the ACC tournament and the NCAA tournament, you know, had a chance to do something special. And
Yeah.
so when you hear that the NCAA tournament is canceled, the ACC tournament is canceled, it was tough, and you could see it on their faces because it was a close knit group, and it was sad. Even as a coach, you know, we're not players anymore, but we felt their
Yeah.
pain, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And one thing I know, I was just in talking right now, like for all the senior athletes, high school, college, like all levels, man, have just been affected by this. And so many people have hit me like, I can't get my senior year back, man. So for all you seniors out there, I just want to say, man, keep your head up and stay positive. Sometimes in life, things happen that you can't control, and this is one of them. But it was for the best. I think we can all agree in that it was for the best for the safety of the world.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
What are y'all doing right now? With your time, Coach James.
Man, just for me, I have 2 boys, 10 and 5. So just kind of keeping them from driving my wife crazy, that's a full-time job within itself. But I tell you that the one positive that can come from, such a tragic thing that's going on throughout the world, not just, in US, but spending time with your family, man. You put things in perspective. Obviously sports, basketball is a huge part of our lives. We've been doing it. We've been fortunate and blessed to do it. But just to take this time, man, just reflect and be with your families. It really puts things in perspective. So just been enjoying, time with the family, trying to keep them on a routine and
Yep. Yep.
make sure their lives is as normal as possible because we're all going through it.
Yep. John, how's Noah and Jet? I know we came on late because it was bedtime.
Yeah.
So how
Yeah.
was bedtime smooth? How's
Yeah.
family time?
Yeah, I appreciate you guys moving your schedules around. Sewell was supposed to come over and tuck the kids in, but I decided not to. Social distancing. But
That's right.
it's funny. Even since the season ended, Jed has started to crawl now. Noah's talking a mile a minute, and just at that age, Nate and Sewell, your guys are older. Nolan and I were closer in age, but it's like every week you're with them, they're doing something new. So it's been fun being with the family. And that's been a blessing in itself.
Yeah, absolutely. How's Christian and Keisha doing? See well.
They're doing well. You know, a lot of Netflix, some Monopoly, little Jenga action. Walked about 3.5 miles with Christian.
Hey, see
He
well.
was struggling.
Do you cheat in Monopoly?
No, I cheat in Uno, as you know.
Hey,
I
yes,
cheated on
yes.
Monopoly. I try to play straight up in Monopoly, but in Uno, I slide 3, 4 cards at one time if I have to.
Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. So, all of you, give me a favorite moment of the past season. Favorite moment.
We're
Wow.
going to order again. Go ahead, Coach James.
Well, yeah, let's start at
Man.
the top. I see y'all, it's like this. Let's just keep going clockwise.
That's all right. I'm good with that. I'm on
Favorite
deck.
moment. Man. Can I pass? Can I come back?
Yeah, if somebody's ready. See, well, you ready? You got favorite
Yeah,
moment?
I'm ready. Yeah. Well, you already know my moment.
What
I
is it?
had like the Carolina game at Carolina. I had the limp celebration, the good limp celebration. Uh, Nobody wanted to celebrate with me. Coaches,
You
you
went the
guys
wrong way.
know Nate Shire, the
Man,
coach had y'all own little group. The players had their own little group, and I was just like, I had nobody to give me no love. So
hey, I wish I knew how to pull up clips on this. I'll show it right now so everybody can see what we're talking about.
man, it was
We need to
terrible.
tweet it out later. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll tweet it out later.
But it was it was so exciting, man. You felt like for that one split second, right? You felt like a player again. And so, to come back in the way we did against our rival in a great game was it was my favorite moment of the year. No doubt about it.
Same for me. And I think the cool part for me is, Wendell had the winning basket. And the way he started the game, he didn't get off to the best start. And the fact that he came back in the second half, ended up with 17-10, Trey, some of those moments. And then the fact that we had a lineup out there, we literally hadn't practiced one time the entire season. And it just kind of happened, the 5 guards. I think Wendell was our center. Joey was our power forward. That was a special ending. My favorite moment as well.
Yeah, I guess I'll, kind of piggyback, off the Carolina game. Well, I would say the second Carolina game at home. I think we were trending up, and a big part of that trend was just the entering of J-Rob. What he did. With I think our entire group, just kind of gave us that energy, that life, and it was just terrific basketball being played because everyone was just so excited, what I'm saying, just to have, just a different outlook on the season. And the energy that he gave, it was almost storybook, so that second Carolina game at home for me, with the emergence of J-Rob and, the way Trey, came out and, kicked tail and all our guys just really chipping in. So I like the fact that we ended the season, at home definitely on a high note.
Yeah. Yeah. No, those are all great moments.
What about you? What about you, Noah? What's your favorite?
My favorite moment, J-Rob. J-Rob. Just J-Rob. That's it. That emergence of J-Rob was just amazing. Simple as that.
J-Rob.
It was amazing to see. So I got a couple questions for each of you individually. John, I'm gonna start with you. We're getting close to our 10-year anniversary game, which tells us we're old. We're getting old, John. Not as old as these two, but we're getting old.
Hey, chill out, son. Chill out, young fella. Chill out.
What's your favorite memory, man, from the 2010 team? It could be on the court, off the court. Just talk about that 2010 team, man.
Well, it's crazy that it's been 10 years. I don't even know how to explain it. You guys, seeing Nate, you probably have a lot of empathy for what I'm talking about. But it's I never thought I'd be the guy reminiscing about 10 years ago, 10 years ago when I, played on this championship team. And now that's us, though. And, it's funny, starting tonight, I'm gonna watch some of those games back. I'm going to go back and watch the tournament games just to reminisce and go back. But I think the thing with that team that stood out to me is one, just the experience that we had playing together. Our starting 5, we had 3 years of great moments, tough moments. We've been through a lot together, and I think by the end we were really together because of it. And then just the way we played, and I think I think sometimes you forget because of how big we were, how good our defense was. We really protected the rim. Really, we all moved together on the defensive end. And then offensively, I thought we were a really unselfish team. We didn't lead the country in assists like 2001, but we were really, really an unselfish team and played well together. And so for me, like one of the moments I look back on in a game is that Baylor game, especially the last 5 minutes. We're down. We made some key plays. Your 3, Lance's offensive rebound kick out to you was a play I'll never forget. The other thing, sorry, I'm talking a lot, but it's 10 years. You only get 10 years one time. So
hey, this is it. Your one shining moment.
Keep going.
One shining moment. Let's go.
And for me, the thing looking back that I'll never, that you wish you could go back and get some of it, but are the practices. And like when you finish a tough practice, you're in the locker room, just the stuff you talk about as teammates, and the tough times you go through together. That's what it's all about. And for me, we had a lot of those moments, and I'll never forget it.
Absolutely. Just one thing I'll add to that: in between each round of the tournament, I just remember doing stuff with you guys, whether we went bowling, Kyle making spaghetti for us at his crib, just those moments, and it kept us together. Some people in between rounds like try and like relax and get away, but no, we still stuck together before we went back out on the road to the next city. So no, we were together, man, and man, it was great getting back together with the starting 5 this past during the season. So great times. 10 years, man. See well.
10 years.
See well. we hear a lot of talk about the 99 team, man. The 99 team was this and that. How good were y'all? What was it like to be a part of that team and how talented y'all were? Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yeah, man. I mean, it was we don't have the chip. We don't have the chip. Team. That's the only thing that team lacked. We didn't finish it, and so I envy you guys because you have your ring. And that team was best team I ever played on, from top to bottom. We had shooting, we had the athleticism, we had the inside dominance with Elton Brand, National Player of the Year. Trajan being a senior with his leadership and his shooting. We had Will with his point guard play. Then you had the glue guys like Coach Shane and myself. Then you had the freak young freshman who didn't know what he's doing, but knew what he was doing because he was up in the air with Corey Maggette coming off the bench. And we had Chris Burgess. So we had a good 7 or 8 guys who that they were just really talented. We were together. And I remember we were 4-1, and we lost to Cincinnati in the Alaska shootout, and then we go in and win. And so we go into the national championship game 37-1, but don't finish it. But so if we win that game, we go down as arguably one of the top teams in the country. I mean, top teams ever to play college basketball. But you lose that game is just. A lot of what ifs.
You lose that game and you get cut out. Your internet cuts out.
Your internet cuts out.
Hello? Can I just ask a quick question? I know I'm not, but how do you feel about 2004 beating 99 in a Twitter poll for Duke MBB for the Final Four teams? How do you feel about that? Either one of you guys. Nate, you can answer for him. If not, just a question.
Yeah, just a question. It's fun for the fans, but as someone who was on that 99 team, we were loaded. I mean, it was a team that it was surprising that we didn't win it, as opposed to a team that just could win it. We were the team to beat, and unfortunately, we got beat. But that team was stacked, man. So I don't know, how they came up with that conclusion of that team winning, but hey, it was all for fun, I guess.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nate, we're gonna stick with you. Did Sewell we just lose Sewell?
I think we did.
All right. We'll get him back in when he comes back. His internet. So if you win a championship, you get great internet. All right, you get great internet.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Nate. So for you, the question I have for you is, man, you won a championship in 2001, championship with John and I in 2010. You get one in 15. So you have 3. Which championship brings the most joy to you?
Oh, I mean, that's an easy one. I mean, it's always the one when you're a player, because you can have, direct control on the outcome. It's something that you dreamed of, as a kid. All of us probably can, speak the same thing. We're in our driveways and, we're at the park somewhere, imagining, being in the NCAA tournament and being part of an amazing, team that ends up winning it. And, for me, that was a dream, like you guys, come true. So it's always, the player. When you're old and you're a coach, you can no longer do it. Then you try to live through the players. And I've been fortunate enough to have that, as my reality as well, with guys like yourselves, you and John, being my first, time winning it as a coach, and, seeing you guys kind of go through everything that you went through and to win it. So fulfilling in different ways, but there's nothing like running out there and, you taking part in action.
I love it. So we're getting close to the end here, guys. I mean, I know you got families and kids. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but give me.
You got family and kids too.
I do. Baby girl. Matter of fact, I'm missing bath time. That's the best time in the world too.
That's a big sacrifice right there.
But give me your best Coach K memory.
I would say after that 2001 national championship, to have coach, strutting the stuff on the bus, staying alive, getting another a national championship, and it's kind of just seeing him, really have an opportunity to, be the toast of the town once again. And I think we all played for him. He gives so much, to us. And to see him now get to kind of sit back and say, hey, we did it. And because he's always moving forward. So to actually have, opportunities to see him, be in the moment and cherish that victory. And it was just a cool experience for us.
Absolutely. Sewell,
Are we
welcome
allowing
back.
Sewell to come back? Are we allowing him to come back?
Right now, the question is, give me your best Coach K memory. So John's about to give his.
For me, it was my freshman year. We had lost 4 in a row, which you guys know. If you lose 2 in a row, it feels like it's a million. But we lost 4 in a row, and coach called the meeting in his office, and he was talking about us as freshmen. We were trying to do the right things, and he tried to acknowledge that. So he basically told the team, like, understand these guys will win a national championship before they leave here. And he's saying this when we lost 4 games in a row, we're getting our butts kicked. I think he knew at the time Nolan and Kyle had already committed to they were coming next year. So it was an easy thing to say. But, I mean, obviously it came true eventually. And that was a special moment right there that he could say something, when things were going pretty badly at the time. So that was a special moment for me.
Sounds good. All right. So last question. All time Duke starting 5. And I'm gonna write these down. I'm gonna write these down, and then we're gonna put them up later so we can be ranked. All right. Nate,
all right, Nate, you're up.
Oh man. Okay. All time, I'll go Johnny D as the 1. I'll go Grant. I'll go late. Man, it gets tough.
Yo, we're asking you the same question, by the way, right?
Oh no, I'm not in. I'm not in.
Yes, you are.
All right, I'm in.
All right. Can we get a 6-man?
Daddy. Yeah, here we go. I got it. Here we go. Johnny D, Jason Williams, Grant at the 3, Battier 4, late at the 5.
All right, so Johnny, J. Will, Grant, Late, and Battier.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Go ahead, Sewell.
Sewell. And you can repeat players too. It's okay. Sewell. You there?
I think his audio's out.
Hello. He's just trying to stall so he doesn't have to answer right away.
Sewell.
Might have to go to John.
All right, go ahead. All right, go ahead, John.
No, we can wait for Sewell. I'll tell you what, this is I've been asked this before and I've never answered because it's almost an impossible question. But I'm gonna answer, obviously. I would say we're basing it off of their Duke careers, okay? You gotta go Leitner, You got to go Grant Hill, Battier.
Leitner,
You have
Grant, Battier.
Battier.
Yep.
You cannot not have Johnny Dawkins. You got to have Johnny Dawkins. You can't not have
Got to.
it.
Johnny.
But it leaves you in a predicament to me, because now you're in a position to either not take JJ Redick, who's an all-time leading scorer in school history and the best shooter ever to play Duke, or you don't take J. Will, who's the National Player of the Year, and
Just give us your fifth, man.
Oh man, that's difficult. And Hurley, and obviously we've had some guys. I'll go. I gotta go the same. I'll go Jay Will, and I got JJ as my sixth man coming off the bench. Do I get a sixth man? Add that in there.
J. Will, Johnny, Battier, Grant, Late. That's the same as Nate's.
It's the same as Nate's. It's unfortunately I don't.
Well, look, if everybody has the same, if everybody has the same, then it doesn't go up. It's unanimous.
Who you got, C?
C. Will, can we hear you?
Mm-mm.
Nah, you might go no AirPods. Take the AirPods out.
No, you can give us your team in the meantime.
All right, I'm gonna go J. Will, JJ, Grant, Zion, Christian.
So no Battier.
No Battier.
And
just
Johnny.
Just to mix it up.
Yep.
See, Will, who you got?
Nothing.
See, Will, you about to be out the show, man. See, like he can't even hear us either. All right, well, look, man, that's all we got for the show tonight, man. Guys, just want to thank y'all for coming on. At least we can let everybody see as we close out. But just want to finish with saying thank y'all to all of you for coming on. All of us. Just a reminder to everybody watching and spread this along. I don't know how many people are watching right now, but just please pass the message along to practice social distancing and stay at home. Please, like there's nothing out there. Grocery store. I know you might have to go there, but if you don't have to leave the house, stay at home. Stay at home. And then just one last thank you to all the healthcare professionals handling this on the front line. We truly appreciate y'all. Everybody just stay safe. Coaches, again, thank y'all for coming on, and I'll probably talk to y'all on the phone tomorrow. But thank y'all again. Brotherhood Connect out.
Out.
All right, fellas.
See you guys. Thanks.
Out.